US Federal Reserve keeps interest rates unchanged, says decision was unanimous. The US Federal Reserve, in an unanimous decision on Wednesday, announced its move to keep the interest rate cuts unchanged in its first major decision under President Donald Trump's second term. The move is expected to create some tension between the central bank, the newly inaugurated president who has contested that he should have some say in the federal policy. The Federal Reserve said that the interest rate will remain unchanged in the 4.25 to 4.5 percentage range, noting that inflation remains somewhat elevated and economic outlook is uncertain. The announcement comes in the backdrop of China's DeepSeek having a thronging effect on the US markets, triggering losses for several key corporations in America, including Nvidia. Economic activity expanding at a solid pace. The US Central Bank dropped from its latest policy statement language that inflation had made progress toward 2% objective as it had in the December statement, a Reuters report said. In terms of unemployment rate, the Federal Reserve said that it has stabilized at a low level, adding that labor market conditions also remain solid. Meanwhile, the Jerome Powell-led agency noted that achieving employment and inflation goals are roughly in balance. It noted that the economic activity in the states has continued to expand at a solid pace. The Federal Reserve said that the vote in favor of the policy to keep the rate steady was unanimous, meaning that all 12 Federal Reserve officials who voted at this month's meeting were in agreement of keeping the rates unchanged. Notably, at last month's meeting, Cleveland Federal President Beth Hammack had swayed away from the other 11 voters by siding with a rate pause rather than a quarter point cut that actually took place. However, this meeting did not see Hammack voting. He will be serving as an alternate voter for the rest of the year. Additionally, the recent inflation readings have remained about a half a percentage point or more above the Federal Reserve's target. The Federal Reserve's officials have said that they largely believe the progress in lowering inflation will continue this year, but have now put the rates on hold as they await data to confirm it. In considering the extent and timing of additional adjustments to the target range for the federal funds rate, the committee will carefully assess incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. The central bank's policy setting Federal Open Market Committee said in a statement. After the release of Federal Reserve statement, short-term interest rate futures showed that investors expect the central bank to hold off on cutting rates again until June, with US bond yields being little changed and stocks losing some ground. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you everyone. Bye.